Hello everyone, Uber Badass Guy 69 here. Today I'm reviewing the 2010 South Korean horror movie known as Death Bell 2 Bloody Camp. This movie is directed by Yoo Sun-dong and it stars Kim Soo-ro, Hwang Jung-yeom, Yoon Si-yoon, Park Ji-yoon, and Park Yoon-bin. This movie is considered the sequel to Death Bell, but is not directly related to it, so I can honestly admit that I haven't seen the first Death Bell. Usually I feel I have to watch the first entry before I watch a sequel, but since they say they have nothing to do with each other, I just went ahead and watched this one. This was a fun movie. It kind of had a newer American horror feel to it. I honestly am not a fan of the newer horror films at all over here. Kind of like the first 2 or 3 Saw films is where I cut it off. And that's what people compare this to. They say it's a Saw ripoff. It is not a Saw ripoff. Sure, they're playing a game with people, but that doesn't mean you're instantly ripping off Saw. And they never say, I want to play a game, or something stupid like that, so it's not a ripoff. There are some traps, and there are torture scenes and killing, but again, it's not a Saw ripoff. The plot's very simple. There's a bunch of high school seniors, and they're about to graduate and get out summer break, before they go on to college and whatnot. But the top 30 in the senior class get to go on to this school where they get to do advanced classes and studying. They all get there, and they're being taught by 3 different teachers, 2 men and a woman. Well, the one man claims he has to go somewhere, and he locks down the whole school as he's leaving and says everything will be fine, that he'll return the next day. But that night all hell breaks loose. All the kids are knocked out and they're awakened by a classical song. When they wake up, a woman falls through the ceiling tiles, breaks her neck, and thus this gigantic mind game begins. And there's all these little traps and different areas that they gotta go to and solve different things, and it's simple, but it was very well shot, and it was really different. They used a lot of simple stuff in this movie, like camera angles and whatnot, but it worked to the film's strengths. Like I said, I really like Death Bell too. I'm gonna check out the first one now. I've heard this one's a lot better, so maybe I won't like Death Bell as much, but it's still worth giving it a chance. And I will say, if you do like the earlier Saw films, or if you're a fan of horror movies, this should definitely fit along in your collection. Anyways, Uber Badass Guy 69 here. Short little review on Death Bell 2. Good film. Definitely go out and see it if you're a horror fan. As usual, more reviews on the way. Comment, like it, subscribe, rate. See you guys.